Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I'm actually just changing this round because I figured that we should probably do this a bit sensibly now. So I'm going to switch the tractor around. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's go and get the combine started before we do that. Because we've seen the Sampo Rosenlew operating previously in other editions, well not editions, in another edition of Farming Simulator. So we've seen this one before. We are using this one again. It did surprise me that I would voluntarily go and get this combine. I do have to be honest with you there. But we did go and get it. We are going to use it. My question for this week, before we go any further, is which forage wagon would you like me to get? Which loading wagon would you like me to get? Would you like me to get the Pottinger Euroboss, the standard one, which was standard in this game and in the previous version as well? Or would you like me to get this mod one, which is from ModHub, so I won't be providing a link. It's just one of the mods available on ModHub, which is on the Farming Simulator website. The Mengele Garant. Now, this is also $31,000. It is 25,000 litres instead of the 21,000 litres. However, it does require some spare blades. These here, occasionally the blades will break, and so we will need to change them, and the pallet there costs $4,000. So that's where you sort of have to pay for your extra capacity. It's your vote, it's your game. Head to the comment section down below and let me know which one you would like me to use. Now then, if we switch to the header on this one and we'll lift that up, that's as far as it goes. Yeah, it doesn't go very far. I think we're going to be a bit too low into the crop by the look of it, but still, we can't help that. And oh no, now I want to come back to the combine and I want to unfold. That's as much as we get for unfolding. Right, I've never done beans before, and I did once bale up some bean straw. We used it to feed our donkeys with. I did say before that we used to use pea straw, and pea straw used to be quite popular with various different people. And we did once try bean straw. The only animal that would eat it was the donkeys, and they seemed to quite like it. I've no idea why they liked it. Actually, I'll tell you what, I was just going to use the hired help, but I think we'll go down across the field first with doing it manually. Now then, engine, disable straw swath. No, I want to keep the straw swath. Is it even going to let me do straw? I don't know if it does. And go here. Oh, that's already down. I suppose I should have been able to see that already. Okay, let's go and let's see. Can we make bean straw, or is it not going to let us? It would appear that it's not going to let us. Okay. Now, I am curious what sort of yield we're going to get from this field, because it wasn't on maximum fertilization, was it? This field was only on 2 stages of fertilization, and it wasn't ploughed either, so that's around 40% extra yield that we could have got from this field that we haven't. So we will after this. Actually, what do we do first? I think we can fertilize it first, then we can plough it afterwards, and that will be the first stage of fertilization done. And then after that, we will, once you've ploughed, I think you can then fertilize again. Then we can cultivate. And, oh, actually, it depends what seed drill we got. What seed drill have we got here now? I'm not sure if we've still got the Great... I don't know if we still got the Great... I don't think we got the Great Plains one. We might have. If we do have the Great Plains one, we do still need to cultivate, don't we? You know, I'm not really sure what we'll be doing. We will be ploughing it. We'll fertilise it first, and then we will plough it. Now then, I want to lift that one at the end. And I'm going to do one line along the bottom end of the field. And then I'm just going to let the hired help do it while I change over with the tractor. Let me go into cab for this bit. Let's see what this one's like in cab. To be honest, nobody... Well, I say nobody. A lot of people didn't use this combine very much because it's very small and very annoying, and we quickly wanted to move on to something slightly bigger, bit more than the width of the combine for the cutter for a start. And I don't actually recall sitting inside the cab on this one ever before, so this is actually a bit of a first for me. I think it's a bit of a first anyway. So yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll just go back again and then we'll start moving up and down on that end. The top end we won't worry about cutting it. We'll just cut this bit down here. Let me lower that one down. Someone did say to me, and I can't remember now if I mentioned it in Monday's episode. I did say on Friday in Sosnovka that we were talking about when you do a contracting job, it makes the field cheaper. Does it make the fields cheaper for all of the fields owned by that farmer, or just that one field? And I asked everybody to comment, and I did say, I think, that I would sort of talk about it on Monday, in Monday's episode, and I didn't. There was actually a very specific reason for that, and I thought that not everybody... Well, I'm going to assume that not everybody watches all of my episodes. I would assume that some people will watch the Sosnovka ones, some people will watch the Goldcrest Valley, and some people will watch all of them. So I thought I will wait until Thursday's episode when we go back to Sosnovka before I start talking about that, because I've had a lot of responses and a lot of people have put a lot of time into it, so I want to make sure that the ones who watch that series are present to hear me talk about it. So that's why I haven't talked about it yet, for those people who do watch all of my episodes. I do really appreciate that, by the way. Anybody that does take the time out to watch all of my episodes, it's always nice. Right, I tell you what, let's come out of cab a minute, and we'll put the hired help going. I'm just going to move out a little bit and let it go. There we go. Right, the hired help is doing that now. We've got so far 1,400 litres of beans. Now, are we going to miss a little bit down the other end of the field or not? Probably not. This field's a reasonable size. I'm going to guess that we will end up with 10 tons. We might actually end up with more than that, but that's going to be my guess at the moment. I'm going to say around 10 to 11 tons is what I'm guessing the total crop in this field will be. And then we've also got, how much have we got in the silo? We've got some in the silo, haven't we? 7 tons there. So we could try and sell it all together. We could take the whole lot up to Goldcrest Pacific Grain. Where's that? Let's have a look. Maplefield Mill has got the great demand on, but it's not really worth a lot. Goldcrest Pacific Grain. Oh, that's down that really near that really narrow field. It's up against the pond. We can go take a look at that. Right, I'm going to jump out. Let him go past. I'm going to run back into the beans. You don't want to get that stuff sprayed all over you. It's horrible. And no, I've never actually seen soybeans before, so I've no idea if these plants sort of look vaguely realistic or not. I'm assuming they do, because the other plants that I've seen that I do know about, they look quite realistic, so I'm just going to assume that those are realistic. Our corn over here, this is coming on very nicely. We got one little tiny strip up the side there that's actually ready to harvest, and then all the rest of it. So we'll be able to do that. Actually, we might be able to do that. We could do that next week, because what we're going to need is, we are probably going to have, yeah, I think we're going to have to lease it. I don't think we can afford to buy it. Oh, no, not harvesters. It's forage harvesters. $38,000 to buy that one, or $4,000 to lease it. I think we'll lease that one, because I don't really want to commit to having that one forever, because it's extremely slow. Not the greatest machine to have. But what I was wondering is, could we use the Valtra to do it, but drive it backwards to do it? So we can put the forager thing on the back of the tractor, which would then be going forwards, and we can stick a trailer on this end. And that's actually something I want to find out. Can we put... I think we can, look. That looks there like a small hitch. So let's just have a little experiment a minute. Can we hitch up trailers without the weight? Oh yeah. You got to remember, that's forward, so the steering goes the wrong way, doesn't it? It's very confusing, that. Very, very confusing. Okay, let me lower that one down and unhitch it. I really love that the weights now go all the way down to the floor. No, I want to go this way, don't I? So I'm going backwards. As long as I remember I'm going backwards, I can turn the steering wheel the right way. But it is very easy to not turn it the right way. Oh, it does hitch. Okay, let's go forward so it's in the right place. There we go. Now, I want to get out and I want to have a look. Where's it hitched onto? It is. It's right on that pin there. And Oh, the arms have been taken off. I see. So remove the arms if you're going to be using it as an actual hitch. I wouldn't have thought of that. So where do the arms go? They don't just vanish. There must be somewhere that they can be stored or stashed away. Is there anywhere on the tractor that they can go? It doesn't look like there. That's a bolt plate there where it can have a loader attachment by the look of it. So is there anywhere back here that those loader arms could be put? Just like storage? Don't know. I don't know about that, but anyway, it doesn't really matter because we aren't keeping it that way round. Oops. And I'm actually thinking it would be more sensible to have the bigger trailer first, followed by the smaller trailer. But we want to turn this round first, so let's turn him round. The seat spins. It comes back that way, and now we are facing in the right direction. So let's come back up here. And I want to back up onto that one, hitch that trailer, and then I want to switch and unhitch the back one. We'll pull forward a little bit. How far is that combine anywhere near full yet? We'll unhitch this trailer, and we'll get the... Oop, wrong way. We'll get the big trailer on, and then we'll go up there, and I think I'm just going to have to sort of shunt this around a little bit. That's not the way to do it. Damage our tractor like that. If I get that big trailer on, we'll go up alongside the combine in just a sec, and we'll unload it. Then we can come back, and we can hitch on this other trailer. That one on there. I know it's not very realistic sort of having it dragged back to you like that, but we're in a hurry. We need to get up there quickly. Put that one on there. Right, we can drive up through here because we do need to get a stump grinder to clear that bit there. Then we can mow that piece in the centre for grass when we come to do all of our silage. Something that we need to get, that is on our to-buy list, is a stump grinder. Now, if we pull up alongside here, there we go. Our cow edition Valtra, unloading the Sampo Rosenlew combine. That is a thing of beauty. I should say that is a thing of beauty. There we go. I don't like that. Look, the animation is going right through the floor of the trailer. I'm guessing it's because it's quite low down. Can I... Now, this is a big test. This is. Can I steer from this end? Then you can't see it going onto the floor. Gee, I'm doing pretty well with this, even if I do say so myself. Let's come forward a little bit. There we go. Now we can see it. That combine's bouncing around an awful lot. That's the ground response. That's what it's called. Ground response mod from Mod Hub is causing that. Helper E is blocked by no. I've driven right in front of him there. I do apologise, Helper E. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to do that. If I swing round, persuade you to tip some more in. How much more are you going to give? Oh, nothing. Right, so far we have 3,700 litres. And what are we? Quarter of the way through the field? Maybe a third? Something like that. I don't think we're going to need a second trailer, to be brutally honest with you. However, we will want the second trailer when we come to sell everything. We might, just might, be able to get it all into the 2 trailer loads. Although I'm not certain of that. Now, I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to test my driving skills. Come round. Here we go. Right, now this is a real test. It's backing the trailer. Doing it when you're actually in the tractor is considerably more difficult than when you're able to sort of move the camera around however you like. I've only ever... Actually, I've hardly ever tried to back one of these trailers. It's very rare that I've ever actually driven a trailer with a turntable on it, a fifth wheel trailer. Most trailers that I've ever done are just, you know, a standard sort of trailer. So, yeah, this is something that is lacking in my worldly experiences driving these. I've done thousands and thousands of hours pulling regular trailers. But I think I've done maybe 2 hours pulling a trailer with a turntable on it. Which is kind of weird, really. In some places, these trailers are really, really common. But, yeah. I reckon... I was working it out the other day. How many hours do I think I've done driving tractor mode? Driving tractors, I really don't know. It's in excess of... I really don't know. It's tens of thousands of hours, anyway. Sat in a tractor, driving it up and down. But just a tractor with a trailer. So nothing fancy, just straight tractor and trailer driving on the road is what I was trying to figure out. I don't actually know why I was trying to figure that out, but anyway, I reckon I've done somewhere between 8 and 10,000 hours driving a tractor on the road with a trailer. Between 8 and 10,000 hours. That's a lot of time spent sat in a tractor bombing up and down the road. It really is. That is a huge amount of time. Yeah. I don't really have a lot to show for it, other than being able to drive a tractor on the road. So, yeah, unless you really are wanting to do something like that, I would recommend that you sort of, spread out your life's goals. And unless, of course, you really, really want to do it, then by all means, go for it. If you're happy doing that, then you should be doing it. I've always believed that you should always do what makes you happy. But yeah, if it doesn't sort of particularly grab you, don't spend too much of your life doing it before you realise that actually there might be other things I can do with my life. Now then, I'm going to let this combine continue on. We are being reminded now why nobody likes this combine, because it is so painfully slow. So we'll let him carry on and do a few passes on the field. I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee, I think. Well, one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about with FS17 is that when you ride in the combine and you've got hired help doing it, if we go out of cab, you can see him there. Going along quite nicely, he's gripping the steering wheel fiercely, holding and guiding the mighty combine. Okay, tiny little combine, but anyway. But when you get back into the cab, you don't sit in the passenger seat. And I don't know if there's any vehicles that we can get in this game now that don't have a passenger seat. So it would kind of make sense for you to be sat there in the passenger seat and to have your hired help still driving, so you were sat beside him. But you don't get that. And that's, to me, is vaguely disappointing. I was hoping that we'd be able to do that this time round. Just sit there beside the hired help and watch him. Yes, his elbow would be right in your face. The way he's doing that, look, see? That's where we would be sat, and his elbow would be there poking us in the face. But still, yeah. Who knows? Maybe in FS19 we'll be able to sit beside the hired help and have a chat with them as they move up and down the field. Okay, yes, I was playing. I've turned round again. By the way, it's rather difficult to reverse a tractor, whichever way you're facing, when you've got your turntable trailers on. I wonder... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I've got to remember I'm reversing here. I wonder if I can pull up alongside the combine and empty it out whilst going backwards. Who thinks that I can do this? This is going to be a bit of a challenge. I've got to remember I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards as fast as I can. 9 miles an hour, actually. And the combine travels at 6 miles an hour. So we should be able to do this. Wonder if I can do it from in-cab. What's the view like? I don't know. Right, remember, I'm backwards. Oh, we're up to 13. Right. Because I've got to turn the steering wheel the wrong way. And that's the bit that's really, really confusing, especially when you're staring down the bonnet of the tractor. It really, really does confuse the issue when you're doing it like this. Right, up alongside here, we're going to try and do this in cab and backwards. Here we go. I love this backwards thing, I really do. Oh, right, wrong way. Now, I'm facing forwards, so it is unloading into me. It's unloading. Oh, no, that way. Yep, I'm getting it. I'm slowly getting it. Right, don't go too fast. I'm not actually unloading him at the moment. I need to do this from in cab. I said I was going to try and do it in cab. Oh, on a little bit. On a little bit. There we go. He's unloading. It's definitely unloading. Excellent. On a little bit further. we can finish this bean harvest today. I reckoned between 10 and 11 tons. I think we're actually going to get a bit more than that. Little bit. Not very much, though. Not a huge amount more, but I think we are going to get a little bit more. Right. That's all of it. That's oh, he wants to come this way. No, that way. Okay, let's just move out of his way, and then we'll turn back around the correct way that we're supposed to be facing. Helper E is blocked by an object. Not anymore, he isn't. Right, he's going to go bombing round over there and continue on his way. So we've got fraction under 9 tons so far, and I reckoned between 10 and 11. So we may get just over that. I don't know yet. Did something just shoot out the back of that combine? It really looked like something just fired out the back of the combine there. I'm going to go and have a look in a minute. Investigate. Anyway, so we need to turn this back around. So if we turn now, it's quite cool when you do it from inside the cab. I don't know if I did it last time. There we go. Whee! Right, now, it's going the right way. Right, I thought I've seen something zoom over here. I really did. It looked like something shot out the back of the combine and went and landed right there. No, that's just regular stone. Right, anyway. Oh. With what's left, he could have 12 or 13 tons by the time we finish this field. I'm going to let him carry on, and we will empty him out as he does the final pass on the field. While he's doing the penultimate pass across the field, we've got a tiny little strip that's left on the outside edge. So we're going to end up with another, around about 3 tons in the combine, plus, what are we? We're almost 10 tons in there. Oh, no, it was almost 9 tons in there, so that's going to be 12 tons. So it was a little bit out, my initial guess, but it still means that as the trailer there I think it's a 20-ton trailer, isn't it? So we're only actually going to need the first trailer to tow all of our beans over to the sell point, which we'll do that at the beginning of the next episode. We will also, hopefully, start on our silage. We're not going to do the mowing in our next episode. We're going to start on that silage over there, I'm hoping. So, first of all, we will take the corn, or the beans. We'll take the beans over to the sell point and we'll sell them. And that should give us enough money to lease the maize cutter, the forager. We're definitely leasing that one. We're not going to buy it because I'm hoping that after that harvest there, we're not going to be needing that one any longer. What we're going to... this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're not going to want that one. I want to get one of these, okay? Now, we've got that one. That's a modded one there. The Krone Big X 1100. That is a monster there. I mean, just look at the size compared between the two. This one here is a 580 horsepower machine. This one over here is 1,034 horsepower. It's a beast of a machine. Now, if we're to buy one of these, we're going to need a lot of money. I'm thinking I'd actually like to get the New Holland one because I've used both of these and I've used that one, but I've never used the New Holland one. So I would like to get the New Holland one, which is $374,000. It's $41,000 to lease. So yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that we would be wanting to buy. And then once we do get that, you've got the pickup for hay, for grass and hay. Well, you do that with grass. You can direct cut the grass, and that's what we might actually... we're not going to be able to do that this time. We're going to have to use a forage wagon and a mower, which is why I was asking the question this week. But also with the New Holland one, you've got these here doing the poplars. And I would really like to do that. That is something that is definitely on my to-do list. We'll plant one of the fields with some lines of poplar trees, and then we'll be able to see about harvesting them. And what do we use to do that? If you go into... it's in forestry equipment. It's going to be one of the planters. Yeah, this one. So we'd have to use this one, and we can plant rows of them. I don't know how far apart you plant them or anything like that. We'll have to see. I don't know if there's any others. No, not at the moment. So, yeah, that's what we would do. So, I'm hoping that that's what we can do. He's finished. Okay, let's take this one up, and we'll empty him out. While we're driving up across, my question for this week is, which of the two forage wagons do you want me to get? Do you want me to get the Pottinger? Let me just go over to here again. Where are we? Loading wagons. Do you want me to get the Pottinger, which is the basic standard one for the game? Or do you want me to get the Mengele Garant, which is $31,000, same as the Pottinger, but it's got 25,000 litre capacity, and you've also got to buy the $4,000 pallets of blade. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The $4,000 pallets of blades, which you would occasionally got to change in order to keep your harvest going, because the blades will break on that one, the modded one, which is kind of an interesting way of doing it. I've not seen that before. I believe that one was actually available in FS15 and it's been converted, but I never actually tried it. I've seen it there, and sort of it didn't occur to me that the blades would make any difference. I'd never actually put two and two together until this version of the game. Let's have a look at the beans. What are the texture? I think that's quite realistic. Not actually knowing much about soybeans, I'm just purely guessing here that those are realistic. I really don't like that. That's something I really don't like at all. The fact that it goes so low to the ground. You would have thought that this combine, they would have cut the animation up a bit higher, but I'm guessing the same animation is on all the combines or something like that. That would be my guess. Now then, what I got to decide is, do I keep this combine? Let me just put the reel down. Do I keep this combine? Actually, I don't want to keep it down there. I want to put it over in the other shed if I'm going to keep it. Or do I get rid of it? I'm going to be planting another crop in this field straight away. And then as soon as the silage is done in that field over there, I'll be planting a crop in that one. So I'm going to need a combine. I can't afford to buy one. And I think leasing a different one is just going to be more expensive. But then you've also got the initial lease. The initial lease is what costs quite a bit of money. So we need to worry about that as well. We'll keep it for now. But anyway, yeah, we were talking about the whoa. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of a bump there. I was actually talking about which of the two forage wagons did you want me to get? The Mengele or the Pottinger? So yeah, decide which one you want and head to the comment section down below and let me know. It is your vote. It's your game. Let me just turn that one off. There we go. Right, that is everything from me today. I will see you all next time. If you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.